the BOP, the BLERD official podcast. We are here. We are excited. Oh, I have my Black Panther t-shirt that I got for Christmas. I know.
Oh.
Literally, everyone knows me. They know what to buy me at any given moment. But guys, let me introduce my co-hosts. They are amazing. Hilton George, how are you? How is life?
I am so happy to be here because let me tell you something. You not know
Tell
this,
me
but
something.
I did not know you were in Oaks, Pennsylvania this weekend. Right, this past weekend.
No, I wasn't. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there in April. I'm gonna be there in July, and then I will be in I'll be in Pittsburgh, or I'll be in Philadelphia. Excuse me, in like June. So I haven't been there yet. I just announced that I will be going there. So it's not until July.
Then but I don't feel bad. I
you
retract.
Need to come see me.
I take it back because I was in Philly this weekend.
What?
And I was like, I wish I had checked my Facebook, and I was like, she's like 20 miles away.
I know.
And we could have hit up Chinatown, as we always do when we're in town together. We always go somewhere and we eat and just tear some place down. We shut a place down. And when we can't shut that down, we shut this down right here online. So happy to see everybody be back in the box.
Well, we gotta plan this out because, like I said before, Christi and I will be in Philadelphia in June, so we'll be talking to you. But speaking of people, Christi Williams, all the way from the cold in New Hampshire.
She done girl, government name.
Oh, hey, Christi Renee. I didn't even realize I said that. That just flew off the top of my tongue.
It's okay.
Three Equifax checks later.
It's all out there anyway. They could find it whenever they want. I'm good. I'm staying warm. Again, another beautiful day in Zamunda out here in New Hampshire. So again, that's a whole show in and of itself. But it's all good. I'm happy to be here. And Hilton, whenever you are in Philly, you have to let me know because I gotta hook you up with my oldest son, Kingdom. He has got to meet you. Y'all gotta meet. Y'all gotta
He's so
I gotta
dope.
get y'all connected.
So dope.
He is. I think y'all.
He's
been
in Philly.
saying that. He's in Philly. Absolutely.
Put a pin in it.
Okay.
Coming to you.
Pin in it. Oh my gosh.
Philly's what's up? I miss Philly. I can't wait to be there in June with you. So it's gonna be fun. We'll be there sooner than that.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing big things in 2023. Oh my gosh, guys, it's been such a fun weekend. But before we go any further, I wanted to do a huge congratulations because this is the thing. You guys don't know this. Hilton and I both own Comic-Cons. Oh, here we go again.
Girl, listen, I think you got a poltergeist.
Every week.
A hating-ass poltergeist.
I have no idea.
Oh, and it took offline.
He's gone. Oh my God.
Call 911. We got an Amber Alert. We have to wrap shit up.
Somebody find Christi. Christi, where are you? She's in New Hampshire somewhere.
Oh no, I know New Hampshire is remote, but I didn't know it was that remote.
Right. She sent some pictures and it was like Blair Witchish. Like there were a lot of trees. Like I know it's pretty during the day, but at night, I don't know.
That's Sasquatch country right there. Don't you go walking. You hear that knocking, you hear that yelling, you got to go back in the house.
I know, right? Abort mission. Mission. Oh my God, she is.
So what y'all don't know is that in the past, stuff like this has happened when we weren't recording, and then we'd have to recount them while we were in the recording. And this happened live. So if you ever doubted whether or not this was a live show,
turn your camera.
There it is. I hate my life right now. Well, I'm holding my fucking phone.
Oh, you have to hold it?
No, I'm trying to get this goddamn. I mean, when I tell y'all, it's bad. You got me on film acting
acting a
mess.
They got you. She said bad words, like the real bad ones.
This don't make no sense.
New Hampshire don't know how to act. Lost a Christian morals.
Hey, this is a brand new setup. It's a brand new podcast setup, and it's squeezing my phone out of the thing.
I know what you're talking. The little holder things. Yeah,
so it's not holding.
It's not holding.
Okay, see? I don't know what I'm doing.
Breathe.
Honestly.
Don't breathe. There we go.
Nobody move. Y'all don't move your TVs. Don't move your laptops.
If it falls out again, I'm just.
Don't laugh too hard.
let's all be trying to take good pauses between, so it could be an edit mark. Because my God, okay, go back to what you are so excited about.
We'll retract the Amber Alert. We will retract the Amber Alert.
What I'm not editing this out.
Right, we're not editing.
Oh, she's going again. What is going on in New Hampshire?
She might need
to call the governor.
Hold
on. We're going to www.newhampshire.gov.
You in DC, you
call representative.
The governor.
Get an allocation from the next omnibus bill for Wi-Fi, and she must have got that set up from wish.com.
That was one of those Black Friday Amazon, like, they just trying to get rid of stuff. Just take it for 99 cents.
There you go.
I'm going to have to send her a new one. That's going to be her.
We gotta make it work.
Yeah, that's going to be her home. What is it when you move into a new home? Like your housewarming gift?
Housewarming gift. Yeah,
I'm going to send her a new one. A new gift.
Y'all, she's going to be sour for the rest of the podcast now. She's not going to be in the best mood. It's like stubbing your toe in the morning on the way out the door and it just mess up your whole day.
I know, and I want to tell her what I'm so excited about, but I'm going to wait for her. I'm going to let her, get back on. But this is hilarious. There we go. All right. And we're back. Before we were rudely interrupted by Christi's equipment failure, we know what to buy her for Christmas, Hilton.
That's too far off.
We know what to buy her for Valentine's Day.
We'll pick a holiday. We'll make one up, whatever it is.
Martin Luther King. We know what to get her for Martin Luther King Day. Oh man. Well, you know what? It happens when you're doing a live show. That's just what happens sometimes. But guys, I'm so excited. If you don't know, Hilton and I both own Comic-Cons, and we work really, really hard year round to get our con going and get things happening, and just it's just one of those things. It's definitely a cool business to be in, but it's also a huge labor of love. And Hilton, you touched my heart this past week by announcing Cree Summer is coming to BLERDCon. Yes. Did you miss it, Christi?
Oh my God.
You were in transit when the announcement went out. You was probably in your rider truck heading cross country.
Cree Summer, the queen of voiceover. I'm coming to BLERDCon for sure this year.
For those of you who don't know, Cree Summer is probably one of the most prolific voice actors out there. You name it, from video games to cartoon series to movies. Think about Kaida from Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Think about Penny from Inspector Gadget. Proud Family, Rugrats, Grown Up, and not least, but A Different World, which is how we all got familiar with her face. But Freddie is
iconic.
Iconic, and she's going to be doing some work right after BLERDCon is over in July. August, the Acolyte. No, excuse me, not the Acolyte. The Ironheart from Marvel. She's going to be in that, and so she is going to be everywhere in between. And she was just in the last season finale of Atlanta. So if you're watching that show, you're like, I know her from somewhere. That's because you do. And so we're really lucky to get her. She hasn't done a convention in years. So people have not had an opportunity.
She's like a unicorn.
Yes. And we have been trying to land her as a guest for, I know, at least 5 years, maybe more.
Congratulations,
we got the call and we were just like, we got to make it work. So we're really excited. It's going to be a really, really great event. And the BOP will be there. She'll be there. You'll be there. And we'll all have a great time.
I'm so proud of you. I just wanted to tell you, friend to friend, I'm proud of you. I know how hard it is to get someone like her. And not just because, she's unattainable, but it's just like you said, she's always working. She's always busy. She doesn't really do cons. And So for you to get her to come, and I'm just so excited. I think she's gonna love BLERDCon. Like if you're gonna come to any con, she needs to come to BLERDCon.
We got to make it the one that brings her back. They're like, oh,
She'll
wait a
never
minute.
forget, right? She will be like an ambassador guest. Like
that's awesome.
I love it. So congratulations. I didn't tell them about this, that I was gonna say that, only because it was just something I was like, I have to include this in an episode. It's just like, man, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. See, look at her. First equipment failure. Now she got the dog barking.
The dog is upset.
Come here.
See what Christi, you about to be in punishment. We're gonna put her in a private screening room.
Hey, cut it out. I'm already in the corner. I can't put myself in the corner.
He said nobody puts baby in the corner.
Come here. Y'all, I'm so sorry.
What is wrong with Sebastian? What did you do to Sebastian?
But usually
Sebastian.
Usually Heaven is here with
dog,
him.
That bark was from a much larger dog. And now everybody's looking at him and like, oh, like,
that's it.
They're looking for Clifford. Marmaduke.
Here
comes Scrappy Doo. He's Scrappy Doo.
Here comes Scrappy Doo with puppy power.
Sebastian, set it up, Sebastian.
Bucking up
we're trying to do a show. Oh my gosh. So another great thing that happened this week, something we have been waiting for, the trailer for Mandalorian season 3. Okay, so we're going to watch it. Yeah. Season 3. We're going to watch it right now here on the BOP, and we're going to tell you everything that we think. So here we go, guys.
Our people are scattered like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for? Being a Mandalorian is not just learning about how to fight.
In the Kessel Run, less than 12 parsecs.
Galaxy. That way, you'll never be lost.
Salacious prom.
I'm going to Mandalore so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the Force be with you!
This is the way.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Hang on, kid. This is the way.
Goosebumps.
Gosh, goosebumps. Oh my gosh. You know what's, I don't know about you guys, but that made me so excited.
Yeah.
that iconic whistle, that iconic whistle is like what is it? Not a few dollars more, but like it was so good, Christi.
It was so good, Christi.
Tell Grogu stop using the Force on your phone.
Grogu was like on your phone. That's who did it.
Yeah, like that high noon. You know that theme music kick in. We in there, man.
Like almost like a Western, but like a sci-fi. Like it's almost like it has that, like you said, that like that sci-fi Western sound. Yeah, the music. That's the thing. Anytime you see like anything from Star Wars or anything from that fandom, it's like the music is so epic. And but this looks so good. I mean, I'm one of those people. I didn't know anything about The Mandalorian. So for the TV series to come out and for it to hook me, and now I'm like, oh, I can't wait to season 3. It's so cool, and he's going back to Mandalore.
Yes, we're gonna get more of that storyline of like, you know, the fall of Mandalore. We're gonna get some more backstory as to where he came from. Who are these other Mandalorians that are flanking him? Right. Where did they come from? They're not the ones we've seen before, except for maybe the one. And so there's a mission going on here, and they're gathered around to make something happen. Is he the new king? Is he the new ruler since he got the sword? We don't know. And we know Grogu chose to be a bounty hunter over a Jedi. He left the Jedi Temple, left Luke Skywalker at the end of season 2, and was like, all right, I'm done. And so he's a force using man. He will be, I guess, at some point, that journey of being a Mandalorian himself.
Wow. That's crazy. I know, it's just so cool. And this is the thing, like I said, for me, someone who is just kind of a new Star Wars fan, I love these Disney Plus series because it's just one of those things where I really get to understand it in a slower pace, where like in a movie, they're going to jam pack everything into it, and it's like, sometimes it's a little bit of sensory overload when you watch the movie. Even if it's a 3-hour movie, it's still sensory overload. Christy, what was your thought? I mean, he tore your whole setup.
Broke me down to nothing. No, I'm excited. Again, y'all know me. I love a good visual. I love the sound, all those elements when they come together. This just makes me even more and more drawn in. Y'all don't be mad at me because I didn't even get to season 2. So now I have something I have to watch. Which I have the month of February.
Binge.
Gotta binge. I don't know what's wrong with you.
To get ready for March 1st, I will be ready. But this looks, this is again, whoever does these, they're on these projects for making trailers for a reason. Like they know, they got the formula, they understood the assignment. They will draw in if you are not. I'm like you, Karen. I like Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. I like Star Wars. And again, I still be looking like, where Billy D at? That's
see,
but
she need to be back in the corner.
I just need to go sit outside in the cold for a little while so I could get it together. But I'm saying, I think what I'm trying to, my point is, I do remember more about the originals and way back in the day. And then now to watch this new life just be breathed into, again, that whole universe, that whole, what would we call it? That galaxy, far and away. It's just, I think it's beautiful. Again, they have gotten it right. Lucasfilms has done very well by that for decades. And they can come out with it, just keep coming out with them all the time. And I'm not looking like, if this is another Fast and Furious, I don't want to see nothing else.
Right.
Well, I think this is a singular series because this is the first time the Mandalorian story is appearing on the small screen, other than what you saw in Rebels, which, kind of was its own arc. So you didn't really have to have a whole lot of back knowledge or read any of the books or played the video games or any of this stuff in order to kind of follow the story along. If you understand what happened in, Return of the Jedi, this picks up right after that. And it's basically like, hey, there was other things happening other than Death Stars getting destroyed and, freedom fighting happening with Rebels versus the Empire. And these are some of the ancillary backdrops. And you saw that with Andor and other ones that are all new stories. So everybody's kind of starting on square one. So it's easier for everybody to digest. It's a lot of fun. And don't forget, Filoni and Favreau. Now, you might know Jon Favreau playing Happy, who's the assistant to Tony Stark. He has been directing Marvel movie after Marvel movie. He wrote this entire
amazing
three-part series. He's done other series as well, other movies. He is a singular talent in direction and writing and producing, and has done this going back to like Iron Man 2. Like he has been crazy. Yeah, you're thinking like, oh, why they keep putting this guy, in these movies,
But he's such a lovable character too, and to know like he's character. Like he is such a brain and such like at the heart of all the creativity of a lot of these series. It's amazing,
and he still shows up in other films that have absolutely nothing to do with the magic of Marvel, and it's incredible. Like he plays these small roles. He plays the doctor in Elf with Will Ferrell. So it's like, oh my God, this dude is just he's
well, you know what? He's probably too busy being like creating shows and like spearheading the Mandalorian. Like he's like, I got 3 days, so if you need me, I'm gonna act for 3 days. You got me for 3 days. Shoot me out for 3.
I like that he is that way. Yeah, that's a big name right there.
So much of what we love about the Disney universe, specifically Marvel and Star Wars, is due to him and Filoni, who did the animated series, who knows it to the letter, knows the whole lore, and keeps everything in line. And I think it's going to be a source of stories to come. I mean, I tripped over my words earlier, but the Acolyte is coming. This is a new story, a new Jedi Force story coming out later this year. So there's going to be a lot of reasons. And again, we say this on the BOP all the time. We're not getting sponsored by Disney.
No, we're not.
If you don't have a subscription to Disney Plus, you're just missing so much amazing. I mean, so even if you're talking about the back movies and you know, just the archive of content, that's just worth it right there. But the new stuff that they're producing is just
well, you know what I told people like my sister and people who aren't really into this kind of stuff. My nephew, I was telling him, I said, look, I know you're thinking, you know, Star Wars, you're thinking superheroes. I'm like, these shows on Disney Plus actually have some really good storytelling, like some really good character development. So if you like, you know, if you like shows, like I like the same shows that he likes, you know. I'm like, if you like this, trust me, you will like this. And then he actually today we were talking about like us going to see as a group to go see, you know, the Ant-Man and the Wasp. And he was like, I'm in. And I was like, wait, you're in? And he goes, I'm getting into it.
I love it.
How old is he?
He's in his 30s. But he's never been like, it's always me and like the 16-year-olds and like, you know, but he's never really been into it. But now he wants to hang with us. And I said, that's fine. You can be with the cool kids because we are cool. And you mentioned Billy D. Well, we didn't get Billy D in this, but we are getting Carl Weathers, who I just caught a glimpse of him. I'm hoping Giancarlo Esposito will show up because that's our homeboy. Giancarlo. And our best friend, our bestie, me and Chrissy became besties with Rosario Dawson, at least in our head we did. At least in our head we did. I did a Comic-Con with her, and we had lunch with her, like just by chance.
Elbow.
I don't remember you asking me for my number to give to her. I have problems with that.
I tried.
There's protocols.
I tried to pass it to her, but she was, you know, I didn't want to overstep.
She got a new man. I
didn't want to overstep on the first day of
I'll be newer.
You know,
he the last one, I'll be the new one.
Right.
Hey, put Hilton in the corner.
Hilton.
I'm already in the corner.
He's already in the corner too. Damn it. Y'all are taking away all the
and don't
punishment.
Forget, she's got Ahsoka coming out this year too. So she's got a series where she has just portrayed the hell out of Ahsoka, and the fandom loves her. I love her.
I love her too.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait. Yeah, she was like literally. We were at we were in Columbus at GalaxyCon Columbus, and she was just the nicest person. Like literally talking to everyone in the green room.
Nice.
We were sitting there having lunch. She came and sat at our table. We were just like, she's like literally. I was like, she doesn't even know how much we love her. But we played it cool. Me and Christy totally played it cool. We were totally
not
playing
once
it cool.
did this phone ring.
Dang it. We didn't even ask for a selfie. Like, let me just say, we
fly out.
We played it so cool.
Rosario is over here. She's real friendly. We're going to get barbecue. Where you going to be in 2 hours?
Where you going to be? Where you going to be?
Clothes on my back, flying.
Next time I know I'm at a con with her, Hilton, I will call you. You can come in the green room with me. I will at least set up a hello. That's all I got.
Right.
The rest is up to you. The rest is up to you. Well, guys, we are excited. Like Hilton said, we aren't sponsored by Disney. They should, because we talk about them all the time. But we should at least get our subscriptions for free.
Right?
Nothing else.
That little $9 a month.
Pay my Disney Plus. All right.
I'm gonna throw us something, Disney.
But we are excited about Mandalorian 3. It looks amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. And yeah, that's where we're at. So hey, stay tuned, right? We're all going to stay tuned. Another huge thing that happened this weekend, which was so glorious, and it's funny because I feel like we kind of talked this into existence. Like when we were reviewing Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we literally said, I have it on tape, Hilton said, give Angela Bassett all the awards. Give her the awards. All of them. Well, she won the Golden Globe and she also won the Critics' Choice.
Best catering, get all of everything.
Give her, yes.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie. She got supporting actress in a motion picture for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And guys, she's literally the first Marvel actor who's in a Marvel action series, anything to ever win anything. Like, think about the performances we've gotten. I mean, they always, and this is one of the funny things. Who was it? The director, he had said something about Marvel actors aren't real actors. And I was
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, yes, him. And then
I was so
I was like, are you
kidding?
kidding
Sit down, Quentin.
Like, sit down, Quentin. We've had Chadwick Boseman come out of there. We've had Angela Bassett. I mean, like, come on, man. Come on. And even like really, bruh. But you know what? We shine even when people don't realize that we're gonna shine. How did y'all feel when she went up there, beautiful, glorious, honored Chadwick in her acceptance speech?
I cried.
Did you cry, Christi?
I just cried. I cried again because now when I see any of those faces, I don't care where it is, what they're doing, what's going on. I just am so taken by the impact that not just the film, but those people, and of course, Chadwick in life and beyond, that he has, and that it is a lasting impact. And he was just here for such a short time. But it will last forever and ever. And so to see her in all that glory and to know, again, just like you said, I don't think people realize how deep and how rich these films, in this particular universe, they have evolved and come along, and they really are taking their time with it. Again, even when we talk about the cultural awareness that these films have, and how they appreciate instead of appropriate or assimilate, they really do appreciate culture. And so to see her get that was just, it said so many things. It just, I cried.
I hope it opens the door for recognition for other performances to come, and hers included. If she so chooses to end up, as sometimes happens, jumping from fandom to fandom within the Disney or Sony or whatever universe she goes into, because there are so many amazing performances in these movies and in these television series that are deserving of recognition. And there is a stereotype, in the Academy and, amongst, the intelligentsia, if you will, in Hollywood, that, Marvel superhero movies cannot also be good, dramatic, acting and performance movies. If you got too many explosions, if there's too many people flying around, too many special effects, then you can't have, the same type of, recognition. And she just proved all that wrong. And we know how form follows function. She wins an award, and people recognize now there's an eye, and now there's an opening for the next actor to go forth, give a knockout performance and get recognition for it. And I hope it gives a different light to these types of films, just as Karan said. They are stereotyped as being for kids or being, really shallow in the way the storytelling is done, or you name it. And they really are, for the most part, some very mature storylines, great character development. And the most important thing, I think, for movies is that they are telling stories about people. Any movie can be great as long as they're telling good stories about people. Whether the backdrop is space or Wall Street or historical drama or whatever. Right? If you can attach yourself to the characters and feel for them and appreciate their journey and connect with the storyline, everything else is just, backdrop. you know. And so the fact that she got out there and if you haven't seen Wakanda Forever, her performance in this movie is on par with you know what she did with What's Love Got to Do with It, Waiting to Exhale, you know, you name it, you know,
it's an award-winning performance. It is an award-winning performance.
Everybody in the theater, when she's given that monologue, you know, mid movie, you're just you're done, and it's like, who can do that? Like, you know, the words on the page don't give you that feeling, but that performance is just, you don't get to see that very often.
And I'm so glad, because the reality is this movie, like we've always said over and over, you see, I'm wearing the t-shirt. We've said over and over again, it was bigger than a superhero movie. Like, this movie took us on a journey, and we literally were able to mourn the loss of someone that our culture, that this world really just, I mean, like you said, Christi, he was gone way too soon. And Angela Bassett literally is what every mama would be. Every feeling, every emotion, the sadness, the dignity, the pain, everything was in her performance. And that's the part that I hate. Like, most of the movies that we get that are like really, really good, that are very entertaining, because they're an action film or because they're a movie that has huge box office, I don't know, it always, like you said, it almost like they penalize them for having it all, where you don't just have the performances, you don't just have the stories, and a lot of these actors, they deserve awards. They deserve these awards. So I'm glad that the industry is shifting, and people that normally would not get this recognition are getting them. One of those people was Eddie Murphy. He got the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Eddie Murphy is so underrated. He really is. He has delivered for probably 40 years. I mean, he's had box office hits. He's had dramatic performances. He's made us laugh until we cried. And they gave him one of the big awards of the night. Yeah. And he was so funny in his acceptance speech. He gave everybody the best advice. Hollywood, he said, three things to become successful. One is to pay your taxes. Hello. 2, mind your business. And 3, keep Will Smith's name out your motherfucking mouth. Yes.
And said it with his chest too.
Yes, thank you for helping me with that, because that was in the world. We remembered that he's not just an actor, but he is a bona fide comedian.
That's where he started. That comedy it gave him his whole set him on his trajectory, and he definitely has developed into over the years. I mean, he's a classic art character. He has developed his craft beyond the microphone on the stage, and beyond Raw, beyond the tight leather suits, beyond buckwheat. Oh, that's a book. I'm going to give that to you for free, Eddie. Beyond Buckwheat, the Eddie Murphy story.
Oh Lord.
No, he's been way beyond Buckwheat. I mean, like, literally, he's done some really cool dramatic performances. I mean, when he did,
if you haven't seen
Green Girls.
Green Girls,
one of my
real
favorites.
Dramatic role there, and he was nominated for that as supporting actor, and didn't win, and you can tell it kind of got him that he didn't get that,
and that was his year. He deserved that,
and he also won a lot of accolades that I think are probably, in my humble opinion, his best performance was in The Nutty Professor.
He played all those characters.
Playing all those characters, but the Sherman Klump character that he played, and how he played that character is so sympathetic, and just, that was like kind of his first dramatic role. Yeah. And he had worked with what's our guy's name who did the original? Anyway, he had worked with the original Jerry Lewis.
Yes.
He had worked with Jerry Lewis to adapt the original movie, which is ridiculously hilarious if you haven't seen it, to make it happen. And I was watching, like, this brother is like really doing the drama thing, and he didn't get anything for that. Then he did the Netflix series show, My Name is Dolomite.
That was
so good.
Incredible.
Dolomite was amazing.
And the story behind all of that. Like you have to know like how he persevered in this project. And it's just it went along with the actual true story of Rudy Ray Moore. So it's like, man, that was that movie was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
And didn't get any accolades for that. So
Not
this is so well deserved.
Yes.
And I was so happy to
see him.
I actually thought he was going to do something somber and long-winded and taking his moment. And then he went to the old Eddie. He went to the Eddie Raw. He went delirious on us.
Yes. Well, you know what it is, though? I'm just glad that Hollywood is recognizing him as not just a comedian. He is a bona fide actor. He has been him and Angela have been one of our king and queens in our community for years to come. And now they are getting the recognition they deserve. Another person who got huge recognition that night and won Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy Motion Picture was Michelle Yeoh. I mean, this was another one that is overdue. Overdue. How long has her career been? Icon.
Like 40 years. It's been decades. It's been decades. Because she was doing films, in her native
in her country.
place.
Yeah.
And so she's been an icon in that. Ooh, yeah, she's a And Jamie
Lee Curtis, they have a picture of Jamie Lee Curtis. When they called her name, Jamie Lee was like, yeah. And Jamie Lee made a t-shirt and was like, this is how you support your girlfriend. This is how you do it when they win. But I mean, again, this is the thing about the Golden Globes. They were only a few years ago, they didn't have anyone of color nominated. They literally sat out a year because of COVID. And then they sat out another year because they had so much heat. The Hollywood Foreign Press, I mean, deservingly, they deserved all the negative press. And Hollywood said, come on. I think the world said it. I don't even know that it was Hollywood.
It really was the world. It wasn't Hollywood.
Come on. It's 2020, whatever year that was. And they're like, and you have no one of color? You don't have women? None of the women, there were a lot of big women directors that year. None of them were nominated. It was just awful.
Bizarre. Patriarchal.
And so they instantly said that they were going to diversify their team of people who nominate, and they were going to do all these things. And people were like, whatever. And everybody kind of went on. And this was the first year back. So for us to see an award show where not only was it diversified winners, but it was projects that should be there were there, and projects people should won. And so it was really, really cool for everyone. The Black community, we need it. The Asian community needs it. It's just one of those things where it's just impossible for me to imagine that you can have dragons and spaceships but you can't see a Latino and a lead character, or you can't see a movie you don't think that we're bankable. It's you don't think that just bothers me that Hollywood still is. Yeah,
it's a cycle. And I think they went about it the right way. Anytime when we protest, when they say Oscars so white, it's not about, you can't fix the problem by asking an all or majority white boardroom to make different decisions. You have to diversify at the core. You have to bring people in at the decision points. What movies are even going to get nominated for us to even vote on? So there's a decision behind a decision behind a decision that precipitates what we see on the stage. And just asking for something different from the stage without asking for infrastructure changes is short-sighted, and it doesn't work. So it's really good that they're doing it this way. I was actually joking with somebody about it. It's they done took the BET Awards win. This is because it was so inclusive, because there was so many highlights of people that we in the Black community value, in the Black community and outside, like Michelle Yeoh is one. That we really were able to sink our teeth into this show. And I think there's some people who didn't watch it live who now are going to go, oh, I want to see that live next year because it was fun. The host was funny and very dry.
Gerard Carmichael.
Oh my God, he's
working his way
so amazing.
I'm only here because I'm Black. That was the t-shirt before
laying it out there.
Was over. It was my
T-shirts. And I think what we see now is you've got this host, you've got all these winners, you've got all these nominees, all the people in the audience, that you recognize. And I'm thinking that, okay, I hope the Oscars is taking notes.
You better.
Because the Oscars and the Golden Globes kind of feed off of one another. You say, oh, they won a Golden Globe, they're probably going to get something with the Oscars. And so that perception piece is going to be something. But the cycle part, to your point, Karan, is that now, movies, when they start looking at, oh, what are we going to greenlight? What studios are going to greenlight, these next projects coming up? Like, oh, everything all the time, everywhere. I don't always get the title mixed up. Oh, like that was like a majority Asian cast telling an Asian story about, all of these different things in this very complicated plot line. And it just rocked the box office. Yeah. The Critics' Choice Awards. Like, okay, we can put some millions behind this. This does work. So I'm hoping that we see more of that. I hope we see more of that.
It's been working. It's just
every time one of them sneaks in, it works, right?
Yeah. So hopefully also I will put a challenge, because you both covered incredible space, and I don't need to repeat, but I agree with everything. You nailed it. And I'll also go a step further and say, we as a community also need to continue to stay diligent and stay supportive. A lot of people, I'm amazed at times, the people that I come across that, and I know y'all, because I've seen you, whether you posting, you got your Starbucks or you did whatever every 3 days or whatever the case may be. But when we don't set aside, like I set aside funds to make sure we're going to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever on 11/11.
Opening weekend.
Yes. On 11/11. Like it was just, that was so important to me.
Yes.
And then I can circle back around and see it again. And again, in our household, I believe, I'm pretty sure 2 of my kids have seen it at least twice already. I've only seen it once. I can't wait to get back, but Lord, y'all know where I am in New Hampshire. I got to go find a theater. But
it'll be on Disney Plus in a couple weeks.
But you know what? I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna wear it out.
I will be the first to buy it on DVD still, because I buy DVDs still, and I will have the digital download version, because I will make it a point for that. So we just got to do better in seeing things and making those numbers count, because that they really do count. Just like Black votes matter. All of the views,
Black box office. Yeah, we need to support films that have minority actors. Like
I'll be fussing people out.
Yes,
and Christi done see me do it online. I'll be like, I'm gonna wait till the crowds get out of the theater. I don't really like on set. Like, no, you need to see it opening weekend, because that's all the studios care about is opening weekend. What did it do?
And let's do this. Let's have a code about ourselves as well. So when these works come out, these color works of color come out, let's have a code. And you don't have to like it. Like there's a film out right now that I was like, I don't care for. Karan, we went to go see it together. But I did not go online and blast that, just because I felt like it really had a cultural foundation. So I didn't want to knock that. And I have reserved my commentary for person to person, and saying, but also with a solution to say, I just wish that maybe, these things could have been done differently. But go see that other Black movie that, or whatever, that also has a blend of cultures.
Well, see, Christi, you're a stan. You're a stan. That's what standing is supposed to be. If we say we're going to support something, then that's what it means. It means reserving, holding back some of our negative judgment. Going out, if we have the time and the funds to go out and support it in the theater, or watch it and stream it its opening weekend, all of those things. And then if we have criticisms, we do it in closed groups, or we do it amongst ourselves.
Yeah,
but we need to be trained on how to support Black business and Black IP.
Period.
Because we don't understand. We think that, we can support Black business and everything, but we can also judge it and treat it just like everything else. And I'm like, we're not there. That's not how you do it. Exactly.
Fragile. We're barely getting our foot in, guys.
Right. Bad Yelp review.
Yep. To that. Yep. Nope. We're not doing that. Not because, again, we are already so far behind in the race. There's no equity there. So because that's not fair, it's not an equal playing ground. we can't treat it the same like we would these big chains that are owned by other people that have historically owned everything, including people. So it's like I'm not gonna treat that the same. Have y'all pissed me off? My own, yes, you have. You have gotten on my last nerves many times. Right. But I'm not going out in these, I'm not going out in these public spaces that last forever, and making a digital footprint that says this is why Black business can't work and don't do. No, you're not gonna do that. We'll talk about it between us, or I just shrug it off and keep it moving and say I hope they get better.
We do that with other people's business.
We sure do.
We go in Denny's and we be getting late service and cold food, and we just get in our car and drive away,
and then keep going
and keep it moving
and keep going back.
Hey, listen, Black people, treat Black business like y'all treat Waffle House. Y'all know Waffle House got problems and issues, but we keep it in house.
And Chick-fil-A and all them other ones. We could, because they wrong.
Look, there be wars going on. There be fights going on in Waffle House. You always know the dishes ain't gonna be clean. But you still go. And we all understand what's wrong with Waffle House, but we going to Waffle House. Get in the car.
I still want that grilled chicken and a waffle with the cheese eggs.
Yeah, that waffle.
I still want them cheese eggs.
The waffle we had in Atlanta when we first got there was probably one of the best waffles I have had in a long time. Yes. Did y'all see real quickly, because we brought up Waffle House and we kind of freestyle right at this moment. Listen, not just the fight, it was the fact that Linda Carter, who is the original Wonder Woman, posted that video and said just the clip of the girl
throwing the chair
and said I learned this at Waffle House.
Oh, that's right, because there was a scene in the TV show where she caught a chair.
Linda Carter. They did a video. They did like a side by side.
Oh my God. That was so funny. I didn't even know that, but that makes it even funnier.
I gotta find it and send it to you. It's hysterical.
Yes, please. Yeah, that needs to be on the BOP page.
Well, Black people, we need to get together, Black people, buy a Waffle House, because we already own it. We already supporting it. Why not? We might as well
own Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. We should be owning Waffle House, guys.
Hello.
We got all people working there. We got people buying the food. We got come on, y'all. We got to get on our business. Get these. You're gonna buy a chain. If you're gonna invest your money, invest it in the stuff that we're actually using.
Okay, stop talking about food because I'm getting
hungry. I know, right? I'm getting hungry too. Oh my gosh. Okay. So one last thing that happened at the Golden Globes. I mean, there were a lot of deserving winners. I can't go through all of them, but one of the moments that really touched me, and I again adds to diversity, was when Ryan Murphy, he won an award for Dahmer, and we expected that show was great. But when he got up to accept his award, he said last year, MJ Rodriguez, who was on Pose, she had won Best Supporting Actress. She is the first transgender woman to win.
She's fierce, honey.
Fierce, and to win a big award, but it was not televised. So he had her stand up, and he said the award she won last year was not televised. She made history. I need you to stand up. I need y'all to give her a standing ovation. And honey, everyone stood up, and I met MJ. Yeah, it was
y'all could see my chills.
Yes, and it's so important. It's so important to recognize a talent like hers. It's so important to he spent time during his moment for another project to make sure that he recognized and the world recognized what she had did and what she contributed to that show. And I was so proud. I met her once at New York Comic-Con, and she was just walking around, and I was like, oh my God, it's MJ. And she was like, oh my God, it's you. Like, she knew who I was, and I knew who she was, and we shared a moment. We took a selfie. And the nicest, sweetest person. So I was so happy to see her and see everybody. Brad Pitt, everybody was like, yeah.
Well, he did an amazing thing. And I think what he was able to do, and I'm not saying this was a PR stunt or anything like that, but it has PR effects. Absolutely. The role that he played, Jeffrey Dahmer, caught a lot of heat in a way because the victims were mostly, African-American, brown, Latino, gay, male characters that were people that were killed.
Right.
And so as a character, even though it wasn't something he wrote, it just kind of hit the community. We didn't really know how to process it in the Black community. The LGBT community didn't really know how to process. We knew we just didn't like what we was looking at on the screen. And I think that this was a great opportunity that he took to, do this recognition. But I also think the effects of it will show him as an actor and, kind of shed a different light on his work, because this was a hard role to play. He played. I don't know if you watched it.
You're talking about Evan Peters. Now, who got the award? Was it Evan Peters or Brian Murphy?
Well, Brian Murphy got an award.
He's the creator of the show.
Oh, so he's not the actor, the creator.
No.
So the creator got the same effect.
He got the Carol Burnett Award because he's done so many. Huge.
Then my mistake.
Yes,
but same effect and same story
effect
as a showrunner.
Yeah,
and because it is a really, really gripping, scary, gritty, just icky horror story of a historical documentary that show was, and just there was some great performances in it that I think might have had a certain cloud because of the subject matter and the way
it's
it
so
played out.
Hard,
it was
right?
really good to do.
Yeah, it's so hard. I have to give it up for Ryan Murphy. He's done a few of these series where he did, obviously Jeffrey Dahmer, but he also did the gentleman who, murdered Gianni Versace. And he did that series. He's done Glee. He's done all these wonderful shows, but it's so hard when he really in that series gave us the insight, the scary insight to this monster.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story is one of my favorite shows.
And he's gonna do more, because of the success of Dahmer. They're gonna do more, and they're gonna zero in on other serial killers. And it's hard because you think about it, like you said, these are real people who died horrifically. And these series, unfortunately, people, they fall in love with the series, but forget that these are real people. And you're right. It was a very sticky situation. And so for him, I will say this, Ryan Murphy has done a lot for the LGBTQ plus community. And I salute him for that. He has hired actors that never would have gotten opportunities to be lead actors. They have created some beautiful shows, Pose being one of them, that really gave side of the AIDS crisis in the 80s and 90s. It really gave you the insight on how the government treated, the treatment and it just really, and then it also highlighted the ballroom community, which we just, we fell in love with. So, but the Golden Globes overall, this was probably the best, most entertaining year that I've seen it, only because I saw people that look like me. And
that's right, representation.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah,
it's a novel idea. It's very novel.
Who knew?
Who knew? We got one more thing that dropped that we have to talk about, and I'm super excited about, and I'm super excited to share with all of you. But we got the first look teaser to the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So
long
this is
time coming.
I know it's been a long time coming. We went to New Zealand and shot last year. And but I want you guys to see it. So let's tune in and we're going to watch.
Oh my God, I'm so excited because I haven't seen this.
Get your popcorn ready. Really, really
I
real.
have not seen this.
Oh, I love it. Okay, good. So we're gonna watch it together.
Oh my God.
Sit and action.
It's been 28 years since I've been a set of Power Rangers.
It's kind of crazy to think about that it's been that many years.
It's surreal. It's been a great experience.
It's been very nostalgic.
Oh my goodness.
It's been really exciting to film a 30-year anniversary special.
To be honest, the main reason we're here is to see these characters, these actors that we're familiar with from 30 years ago.
I think the audience is going to be, first off, excited to see a bunch of us retro Rangers come back.
directing two actors who were Power Rangers 30 years ago, and actually from the other actors too, Steve and Kat. It was a really interesting process.
Meeting fans, the one thing they always ask are they ever going to get the band back together?
Just getting to work with Walter, obviously we have a long history together.
Well, David and I had worked with Billy and Zach being Zach and Billy. It's funny how similar
and aged.
Not one day.
David and Walter, Stephen and Catherine, being working together a long time ago.
He was the
So
Yellow
glad to see
Ranger. Stunt double.
There were a couple of us that had never had together before.
Well, we were Mighty Morphin together, but separate cast. We've never actually worked
This
together.
is our first time working together.
Just coming back to the show in general has been, it's just a joy.
We're a family of Rangers, so to finally be on a set with them was really interesting.
There's so many little Easter eggs. I just think it's going to give the fans everything they want.
It's such a different take on what we've done before, but a lot of the same elements are there.
I think what I'm most excited about for the fans and this 30th anniversary special is for them to see us all together and our chemistry and our growth.
I think this is the best way we could have celebrated 30 years.
Oh, April 19th. Oh, shucks.
April 19th.
It's a day.
Put a pin in the calendar. Write it in permanent ink.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta do we should do a watch party, a live watch party.
We gotta figure out a way to do it. What is going on that weekend? We gotta.
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm on spring break.
Who am I?
So
Where am I?
Look, Karen, you got to come to the East Coast where we are because we outweigh. Yes, you need to make your way to the East Coast.
I know. I got to look at my calendar. We got to figure it out. But it gave me. I got a little choky. Like I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. They did a really good job.
Well, no, we are excited for you because you got the opportunity to be amongst your friends and your cast members, and get recognized for your work. I mean, you guys might not know this because if you haven't met Karan and if you haven't seen her in a fan space, I mean, we're all cool and chill right now because this is how we barbecue, right? But in the fan space, try to get within 6 feet of her. It ain't happening. The fans love her so much, and just the idea that she's going to get this recognition. If people still trip out on me, they'd be like, Karan Ashley. And I'm like, yeah,
we're real cool.
People say, "Oh my god!" And it's such an amazing thing to have built that fandom up with all those years of work, and so we're really just happy to see that you get that recognition. Indeed. And we definitely, I like that idea, Christi. We got to do something.
Listen,
we got to do something.
We got to rent out a Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Something, right? Like we got to do something.
So listen, I have to say, I got to piggyback off of what you said, Hilton, because the fans, I get to go with Karan to these Comic-Cons and work with her.
She's on the front line, honey.
I mean, in the trenches, honey. And I have had to, I've had the privilege, really, it's been a privilege. And I've talked about this before, and I'll say it again now that we are looking at a piece of work come to fruition, it's manifesting, and it's coming to us soon on the screen. I've had the privilege to witness, the excitement and the genuine appreciation and love that the fans, the people who have supported this, have taught their kids to support this. Like, it's a generational tradition at this point for Power Rangers, and people watching Black women come up and just thank her for being her. And I know I got more chills, y'all.
I know it makes me cry every time. I literally I'm no good when they do that.
But it makes me, it's incredible. And again, we have our relationship that was before this, but to watch it blossom and to see the fruits of those labors really show themselves in, be reflected in, I guess, how the fans, how they love you and just flock to you. And one thing I'm gonna say, y'all, if you miss Karan Ashley at a Comic-Con, you're really missing a treat because she's not on, she's not on Celebrity Row. I know, girl. Take these flowers. You're finna get all the flowers. Right now.
Thank you. I didn't know that's what this was gonna be.
Yes, it is. So listen, but it's so deserving. But listen,
thank you.
What I appreciate about when you're at these cons is that you're not on Celebrity Row. Now, you know, we celebrities, honey, all day, every day, night, whatever. But
I do both. I do Celebrity Row, and I will be. Yeah.
But when I've been with what I love about it is it's so much more personal. It's so much more intimate. It's so much more in touch. It's nothing. You never rush anybody, and they get to get right at the table and just, you know, and do their thing and have their time with you. And it's like, it just feels so good to witness all of that. So to see now, because I know you had to stay under wraps with that whole situation, and then there was an extra story that went along. We was about to set it off. There
was
Karan Ashley.
It's been a journey. It's funny, but that we can finally talk about, you know, like no one knew what it was called. It's called Once and Only, Once and Always, because that comes from once a ranger, always a ranger.
Yes.
So, you know, and so they're bringing it all back, and it's going to be a standalone episode on Netflix. It's not going to be connected. Usually all the episodes that they've ever done where they brought back, you know, I think Johnny called us retro rangers, or brought back, you know, old cast members, is it's always been tied into a season. It's always been a part of a season. And so this is a Mighty Morphin episode, and it's a standalone. It's going to be in April, and we are so excited. And they only gave a glimpse, but I'm glad they did it this way, because it's like you kind of got to see the behind the scenes, and fans really got excited. And I mean, our Instagrams have been blowing up, and you know, like you brought up the whole thing. Like me and Walter share a very cool honor that we were the first Black live action superheroes ever. And so we always get fans that come up to us, and we were just in New Orleans together at a show. We were crying, and I mean, it's just like, we can't, like, it's just something, like, I know what it means to me to watch like a Wakanda Forever, you know. And so for someone to come to me and go, oh my gosh, you know. And so it's just an honor. It's amazing. 30 years. How is it? How is it 30 years? And I'm only 30
years comes from.
How does that happen? I'm only 30, and Power Rangers.
She's been acting. She's prenatal doing the show.
Exactly.
That's that multiverse. That's that
Black Don't Cry.
That multiverse is madness now.
Oh, and
madness,
right?
That part.
But we are so excited, and you catch a glimpse, and so we'll see. I mean, people are excited, fans are excited, Comic-Cons are excited. I think we got like 3 or 4 offers just today.
Okay.
So that just means,
better watch out.
Yeah, but you know what that means? That means we get to meet a lot more fans. We actually get to be there, and we get to, like, you know, really, you know, and I found, like, you know, you guys know, we lost Jason this year, and that has been so hard. And like, grief is just, it's a tricky thing, because like you think you're good, and then you hear his voice, or we see pictures, and people always tag us and stuff, and I'm appreciative, but sometimes it's hard. But so, you know, it's just one of those things that I'm so glad the fandom has something happy and something exciting to look forward to, because we've kind of been feeling low and feeling down, and just feel like we've been in a phase, like we've just been in like a haze of shock, you know. But today Power Ranger fans are happy. Okay. And until April, like, they were so excited, and so it's gonna bring about a lot of really cool stuff. But thank you guys.
I
can't wait to see it.
I know. I can't wait to see it either. It's like, but we'll have to plan a party. I'll be like this, looking through my fingers. You know, I hate hearing my voice. Every time I hear my voice, I'm like, do you really sound like that? Like, what the? Like,
Karen, you're on a podcast. What are you talking about?
I know. But think about it, like, you think of when you hear your own voice, you're kind of like, I sound like that. Like, it is a weird. There's a weird feeling when you hear yourself
all the time. All the time. I get it.
Well, luckily, you guys have the auto-tune stuff for my voice. You know, you don't hear the Gilbert Gottfried, you know, voice of mine doesn't come through. So
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, we are at the end of the episode. It has been fun. I am looking forward to the Power Rangers. I'm looking forward to the Mandalorian. I'm looking forward to BLERDCon and meeting Cree Summer. If you don't got your tickets to BLERDCon, you better get those tickets now. I will put the website right here. It's a big year in 2023 and we're gonna have fun. So guys, let's live our life. Let's live it like it were our last, and let's just enjoy each other. Be good, be happy, be kind. We love you. We mean it. Bye.
Love you guys. Be great next time.
Be great.
Tune in every Tuesday for a new episode of the BOP, the BLERD official podcast.